Hey, what's going on? I'm Jason Gaddy, and I'm going to talk to you again about the dangers of sucralose, Splenda if you're buying it at the store. And I know that sucralose is a lot cheaper than stevia or stevia monk fruit blend, but it's a lot healthier to have the stevia monk fruit blend than the Splenda blend, in my opinion. Uh, Here's an article written by Hrefna Pals Detir, October 16th, 2018. And she's kind of breaking down a little bit about what Splenda is, and we'll start with that right here, or sucralose. It's made from sugar and in a multi-step chemical process in which three hydrogen atoms, or three hydrogen oxygen groups rather, are replaced with chlorine atoms. So chlorine, if you don't know, is the active ingredient in bleach. So I don't, you're eating bleach when you eat the sucralose, which is why I think it messes with the gut bacteria. But we'll get to that here in just a second. So let's see. So it says here sucralose is calorie free, but Splenda also contains carbs, dextrose, glucose, and maltodextrin, which brings the calorie count up to 3.36 calories per gram. Not really a whole lot of calories, but if you're looking for 0 calories, Splenda ain't the one. Okay, so blood sugar, basically what it talks about here, and I'll leave the link in this in the description. It talks about people who aren't used to using Splenda at all. It elevates their blood sugars. Let's see if I can zoom out by 14% and insulin levels by 20%. And this is a study of only 17 people that were obese, and I get that that's a very 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 small study, but these 17 people had an issue with it, and so there is a chance that you will have an issue with stevia, not stevia, with Splenda raising your blood sugar and your insulin levels. So they tested other people with normal weight and use the Splenda, and they had no issues, but they had been using it already. So it takes a little while for your body to get used to, before it stops increasing your blood sugar and your insulin levels. So, and here's a little summary: sucralose may raise blood sugar and insulin levels in people who do not consume artificial sweeteners regularly, although it may not have any effect. So baking with sucralose, this I found interesting because if you're swapping out sucralose or Splenda with sugar and you're doing any baking at all, one study found that heating sucralose with glycerol, which is the backbone of a fat molecule, produced a harmful substance called chloropropanols. These studies may reduce or may raise cancer risks. More research is needed, but it may be best to use other sweeteners instead when baking at temperatures above 350 degrees in the meantime. So here's a summary. At high temperature, sucralose may break down and generate harmful substances. So here we go. Here's my main issue with sucralose. And it talks a little bit about gut bacteria, how it's beneficial to your immune system, digestion, and may decrease your chances of getting disease. But here's a study that was done with rats, and the study found that sucralose may have a negative effect on those bacteria that were in the rats. After a 12-week study, rats that consumed the sweetener had 47 to 80% fewer anaerobes, bacteria that don't require oxygen in their gut. Beneficial bacteria like bifidobacteria and lactic acid bacteria were significantly reduced, while more harmful bacteria seemed to be less affected. What's more, the gut bacteria had still not returned to normal 12 weeks after the experiment was finished. So a 12-week study done with sucralose disturbed the gut bacteria 47 to 80%, and 12 weeks later, 3 months later, they still weren't back to normal. And the reason why they use rats is because a lot of their mechanisms and chemistry and stuff are a lot like ours. So it's a pretty good assessment that this is pretty much what's going to happen to a human. So here's the summary. Animal studies link sucralose to negative effects on bacterial environment in the gut. However, human studies are needed. Does sucralose make you gain or lose weight? It doesn't seem to have any effect on your weight. Here's a summary. Sucralose and other artificial sweeteners do not have any major effects on body weight. So the fact that it kills your gut biome, and I've already talked about this, and stevia and monk fruit, it does take a little bit to get used to, but so does everything else if you're trying to get away from sugar. But man, I mean, there's just too much out there, and this is not the first article I've read that said that it kills your gut bacteria. And this is not the first video I've put up about it either. So do your own research, I guess. But I don't think Healthline is supported by the anti-Splenda campaign or anything like that. Neither am I. I just don't think it's good for you. I went to a nutritionist, and she had a doctorate in nutrition and whatever, and she told me that Splenda was absolutely the only thing. If I had to take one off, Splenda would be it, because it kills your gut bacteria. So hopefully somebody will say, "Hey man, you know what? I'm a damn renegade. I'm gonna take care of my customers and quit putting this stuff in their body, because it absolutely is just destroying your body." Now, obviously, if you're in the supplement industry, nobody's going to bake with your well, they might, because they was making pancakes with real food, so who knows. But man, it would just, if it was me, I would have already switched. It's just that important. So, all right. Well, thank you all for watching. Please like and share the video and subscribe to my channel. And we will see you as soon as possible. Bye. Free show, turn it to a free show, free show.